anything like this in my life.
Not something I'm going to find anywhere else.
Tough Mudder is all about getting people to a place where they push themselves and they got outside of their comfort zone. But when you've done it and you've completed it, you can feel so good about yourself.
All right, you're looking at scenes from the last Cavuto Coast to Coast annual meeting. Not likely. But Tough Mudder, you probably know the name. It's bringing its team, building everywhere. All right, guys, that'll be the last time you do that. I think the headband is thinning, though. But there must be something to this because it is all the rage, and this young man is all the rage, Will Dean, the Tough Mudder CEO. Now, we should explain, well, the bottom line with this is these are not your typical venues. What do you do? What's the purpose of these?
So let's talk about what it's not. What it's not is a race. It's a challenge. It's about teamwork and camaraderie. The full event is 10 to 12 miles of military-style obstacles. The half event is 5 miles of military-style obstacles, but without the ice.
When you say military-style obstacles,
crawling under barbed wire, jumping over walls. With the 12-mile event, you get zapped with electricity. You go in a dumpster full of ice. With the 5-mile event, the half, there's no ice, there's no electricity. We've taken that out.
Could you have found something a little bit easier to do?
Well, I mean,
when you presented this plan to investors, you outlined it like that. We're going to electrocute some people. We're going to have them get ripped up in barbed wire. We think it's a money go.
Well, my professors back at the Harvard Business School weren't fans, that's for sure. But we've now had 2 million people do the event, and we're now expanding to Asia in a very big way. We're adding events this year in China, and we're adding events in the Middle East, in UAE. We're partnering with IMG. We've already been in Europe. We've been there for a couple of years.
The partnership with IMG raised some eyebrows because I'm thinking, is that beyond just a pairing here? Is something bigger down the road, or what?
Well, for right now, it's a licensing partnership between us. They have significant resources on the ground. They're clearly a world-class organizations. We're partnering with them because we know they can put on our events safely and they can promote them. We thought for a long time about how we want to get into Asia, and we've decided that now the company is big enough, mature enough for us to go and do that. So we're expanding with them.
Can you expand this to presidential candidates? This would be, I think.
It's true. We could build a wall and get them to pay for it.
Yeah. But you say that there are no losers here. You don't try one. But if you're the last coming through the barbed wire, aren't you a loser?
No, it isn't really like that because it's all about team. You finish as part of a group.
Yeah, but the team is going to say, look at this, right?
Well, I don't know who your friends are, but most teams kind of stick together.
I'm that guy.
Things.
I'm the guy.
I'm sorry to hear that, but most people that are Tough Mudder, they work together, they get through it, and it isn't about the race element. So, of course, someone finishes
but
first.
Who books you? Is the corporation planning an event that they want something unique? Because these things would frighten me. If I knew that this is what Fox is planning for a long weekend, I would say, you know, I'm feeling a head cold coming on.
Sure. So the truth is the most dangerous part of doing a Tough Mudder is the drive to the Tough Mudder. And it's people of all shapes and sizes.
But you do them in bizarre locations, right? I mean,
well, they don't happen in the middle of the city because, we need space to put them on. But, we're putting events now in the States, in Europe, expanding to China,
But I can't take a
Middle East.
JetBlue to get to you. I mean, that process alone has got to be.
No, it's part of the experience is getting in the car, driving out. It's a day. And when you finish the event, you get a free beer. One of our sponsors is Anheuser-Busch.
At the very least.
Really? So you get that. Merrill are one of our partners now. They're coming on board. Microsoft are helping us. They're putting together the training program with the new Microsoft band.
What do they get out of it?
Well, Tough Mudder is a great experience for them to come and activate. You've got people who are literally tattooing the logo, the Tough Mudder logo, onto them. It's a tribe. It's a movement.
That's a little scary.
Well, I think it shows that people...
Do you have a Tough Mudder?
No, I think my mother would be very disappointed if I did, but so I don't. But
did she know with that Harvard, background that you would be doing this?
I think they were a little concerned. I think they were hoping I'd become a management consultant or something. But 2 million people later, we're also expanding with a Tough Mudder half. So we launched that last year with 9 events. That's kind of exploded for us. It's getting more women to those events.
Last year you were over 100 million.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm profitable. So it could be worse, right? But I believe the best companies are trying to do something more than just make money. We're trying to get people off the couch to live happier, healthier lives, and so that's what it's all about.
All right, you didn't think of just going restaurant to restaurant, that kind of stuff.
And if you're not ready to come and do one of the events now, you can see us on Facebook. We're now live streaming with them. We did a test at our event.
All the better.
At Pensacola, 7 million people tuned in to watch us last week.
No, everybody knows about it. It's wild. Will Dean, Tough Mudder CEO. Is that what the inference is? Mudder, Tough Mudder, it's a playoff.
That's right, you got it.
No flies on Harvard, but I kind of figured.
I think it's going to work in China as well. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, that should go really, really well. All right, Will Dean, it is amazing the following it has. It's a cult following in not a bad way.